Garrett J. White, the authentic entrepreneur, coming at you real, raw, and relevant. And this, my friends, is the Daily Download. Now, today, in order to bring out the handy dandy flip chart, I'm going to get even ultra creative. Ultra creative. I'm going to see if I can harness the power of the flip chart with no clap and no snap. Merely a focus of my energy. Are you ready? This would be the time. All right, so it took a little bit longer on this one than the clap and the snap and the flippity flap. But hey, you know what? We're getting there, okay? Maybe I'll levitate tomorrow and walk on water on Saturday. So here's the deal. Principle number 6, production accelerates results. One of the toughest things to create in business or to create in a marriage or create in life or create with your body is simply this. It's that our inaction doesn't give us enough witness or evidence to what we need to adjust and fix. Much of what our life is about course correcting. If I were sitting here at point A and I was wanting to go to point B, to go in a straight line is almost delusional. Our lives do not operate in straight lines. We don't just say, I'm going to be rich, and then I go from where I'm at to where I want to be, which is be rich, and I go in a straight line with no obstacles, no challenges, etc. I don't just wake up one morning, get into a relationship, and decide my marriage or my relationship is going to be perfect, and I go from point A to point B in a straight line. I don't raise kids in a straight line. I don't do anything in my spiritual path in a straight line. There's nothing that occurs for you and I as human beings in a straight line. Everything we experience is through a zig and a zag, a zig and a zag. And it's a constant course correction. Oops, I'm off. Oops, I'm off. Oops, I'm off. Oops, I'm off. And in the space of production, production itself and shipping content allows for you and I to create results even faster because it gives us exposure to both weaknesses and strengths within our systems and within ourselves. So let me give an example of what I might be talking about here. In producing and accelerating results, if the results that I'm getting in my marriage are currently X, and let's say that the results I'm getting are not what I'm wanting, and let's say I'm wanting some different results than what I'm currently getting. In that space then, my way of increasing those results is to accelerate them through action. Again, production is my purpose put into action. So let's say I want to shift my marriage from being one of complacency, in which the only focus in our relationship is the kids, and their you and I kind of game has ended. We are now roommates. We are not lovers. We are not passionately on fire. We are nothing more than two buddies who happen to have sex occasionally and create kids who take all of our energy and our focus, and now we're trying to wonder how in the hell are we still married. So let's say I'm saying that's the experience and I want something different, which was the experience for me about 18 months ago in my marriage. So in that space, it required me to do something different. And my production was accelerating my results in what I didn't want by doing what I had been doing, which ultimately required me to do something different. What I did different is that me and my wife had a series of 3 10-hour fights in a car in a parking lot. And it was a constant battle and debate about what was going to be in this relationship. My wife was pretty disgusted with me, and to be honest, I would have been pretty disgusted with myself too. And I was unhappy with where things were at in our marriage, and I wanted things to change. I wanted them to be different. But the only way we could make it different, being that we wanted it to be something different than what it was, but we weren't clear exactly what that was we were wanting, was to get into action. And as we began to put our purpose, which was getting something better out of our marriage, to create something more of what we were wanting in each other and with both of us being satisfied and fulfilled, it accelerated our results, which means we became more and more clear about what it was actually we were wanting. And as we became more and more clear about what it was we were wanting, those results accelerated our desire to produce and continue to go down that path. But if we'd merely sat over here and just talked about what we weren't wanting, guess what we would have gotten more of? What we weren't wanting. Getting what you want out of life requires you to get your ass in gear, or to put some purpose into action, or to produce. Once you begin to produce and you produce some results, those results become evidence, and that evidence becomes the fuel that fans the fire of continuing to produce those actions. Tell us how things have gone for you. Give us some examples in your world about how production itself has either increased the results you're wanting or increased the results you're not wanting, and what you did to shift those. My name is Garrett J. White, and this has been the Daily Download.